Hey, Shalom. What's going on, my bro? Hey, step over here where I can, talk directly to you, man. What's your name? Mark. Good to meet you. So, if I understand correctly, you're from the tribe of Issachar?
Yeah.
Okay. So, how old are you, brother? 22. So, you've been to school, right? Okay. And when it comes to history, are they pretty? Are they telling you who you are, or are you just learning about a bunch of the conquerors that basically came over here, like Columbus and President's Day and all? Because guess what? They abolished Columbus Day, and then now we celebrate President's Day, which is really no different. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go ahead. We gonna go down memory lane. Give me Lamentations 5:2. We're gonna go down memory lane to just basically prove that the atrocities that happened to your people, the so-called Hispanics or Mexicans, really you're from the tribe of Issachar. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and show you that what happened to you is documented in the Bible.
Bring it out.
You got that?
Yes, sir.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 5 and verse 2.
Bring it out.
Our inheritance is turned to strangers.
Our inheritance is turned to strangers. So if you know anything about Hernan Cortez, when he came over to Mexico, all he did was he just came over to conquer. They didn't come as friends. They came over as enemies to steal, rape, and pillage.
That's
right. So watch, read on.
Our houses to aliens. We are orphans and fatherless. Our mothers are as widows.
See, so that's all that took place. Okay, and still now to this day on the border, one of the things that are happening right now is that they are breaking up families right now. Yeah. Families are being separated right now. You know what I mean? They're taking children from their parents, all because they want to come over. Because everybody that's trying to come over here are not criminals. But that's the narrative that they put on everybody. Some of these people are honest, working people that just want to make an honest living, and they want to get away from the wickedness that's taking place over there. Those are the children of Israel, and that is something that was prophesied long ago. Watch, listen.
Verse 4. We have drunken our water for money.
Okay, so if you was on this land already, why do you pay water bills?
Yeah.
Why do you have to pay water when that's a natural resource?
It should be free, right?
It should be free. So yet, your oppressor who came over here and took everything that you owned charges you for water. What else?
Our wood is sold unto us.
You notice it says our, meaning that it belongs to you. Your resources are what?
Sold unto us.
We are buying our own resources. Where's the sense in that? It don't make sense, does it? But it's something that took place of why that is happening to us. What else is that? Read.
Our necks are under persecution.
Our necks are under persecution. Read.
We labor and have no rest.
Hey, if you want to think about the so-called Mexican, don't nobody work harder than the so-called Mexican. Okay? And then at the end of the day, they pay you nothing. You know what I mean? So it's long hours and low wages, right? So that's all of that is documented in the Bible. Let's get Deuteronomy and 28. Okay? Because that's what we out here to do, man. We out here to wake our people up, let them know that they are the true, that God's chosen people, okay? And what you need to do to come back to the Most High. Because right now we ain't rolling with the Most High right now. Our people are living in sin. If you look around you, on all these corners, all you see is drug addicts, alcoholism, prostitution, and all matters of wickedness going down right now. And it's our people that are doing it. It ain't the other nations. The other nations, this is what the other nations do. Hold that and go to Lamentations 2 and 15. This is what the other nations do as they ride up and down the street, right? They sit there and make mockery of us. You got that? Read.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 2 and verse 15.
Read.
All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem.
They wag their heads, meaning say they hiss and they wag their heads like look at these losers. You know what I mean? They that's what the other nations do as they ride up and down the street and up and down Central and see like all this homeless, all the drug addicts, all the prostitution.
Yeah, they're not willing to help, but they're willing to judge, though.
Exactly, and we just read that in the Bible, right? Going on to Deuteronomy. Let's go to 28 and verse 37. Read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee.
We have become bywords. They don't call us Israel. They don't call us, get ready to get Psalms 83. They don't call us Israel. We are Israelites. But yet they call us blacks, niggers, wetbacks, spics, Indians, and all of that. Everything, they want to call us everything under the sun, but what the Most High calls us, and that is the children of Israel.
That's right.
Read. You got that? Let's get it.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
So the name of Israel is no more in remembrance. You didn't even remember before you walked, because you came from that direction, right? Before you walked over here and started dealing with us, you didn't know that you was an Israelite, right? Because that was part of a crafty counsel. I need you to start from the top of that chapter. It was a part of a crafty counsel. They beat everything out of us. They robbed us of everything. Now we got some damn converts up in our land claiming to be us. Culture vultures, right? Read.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up thy head.
Did you know that the Most High has enemies? Because they teach you in the church that God loves everybody and everybody loves God, and it's just all honky dory with everybody. But we just read, and we're gonna read it again, that the Most High has enemies. Read that.
Verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they hate thee, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
So all of this hidden, like calling you a Mexican, or calling these brothers out here Indians, and calling us African Americans, which makes no sense. That was part of a crafty counsel to hide our true identity from us. Okay? That's
To separate us more, right?
To separate us more, make us think, because right now they got us thinking that we ain't the same.
That's right.
They think that they got us thinking that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are different than one another. But actually we don't, because if we read any one of these curses in here, each and every one of us can basically relate to the curses, right? See, watch. Let's go ahead and read Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68 again, right? And let me grab this book real quick. I'm gonna show you something. It's not even only written in the Bible. It's the scholars know. A lot of the great authors, they know as well. Watch this. Watch this. You got it? Read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
Right. Hold on to this, and I need you to go to page 32. I'm gonna show you something real quick. What's your name again, bro? Mark. Let me show you something.
Bring it out!
You see this right here? Did you know that Native Americans and so-called Mexicans, or Hispanics, should I say, did you know that they went through the same bondage that the so-called black man went through? I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you that these curses, they fit you. They fit the so-called black man, Hispanic, and Native American. Watch this, because these ain't the so-called black men. These are Native Americans that they have with shackles and yokes around their necks, going into captivity. You see that? See, watch this. Look at the tortures that they put our people through. These are all considered the northern kingdom of Israel, which the so-called Hispanics and Native Americans fit in. You see that type of torture they was doing? This was all mockery of Christ and the 12 disciples right here. But watch this. Read page 31. Go to 31. I'm sorry. All right, and start from the yellow right here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He deliberately included women in the number, explaining that the Portuguese had been unsuccessful in similar efforts with Negroes in Guinea because they have taken males only, but that the Indians, having their women with them, would be inclined to perform what they were required to do.
Okay, so what we should have did, what you should have did is we're gonna do this all over. Tell them what's the name of this book and let them know what page you're on, and then start all over again.
Columbus.
This is From Columbus to Castro, the history of the Caribbean.
These are the things that Columbus did to your people, because they make it seem like he just came over here and just civilized everybody. But really what he did is he came over here and terrorized everybody.
That's
Watch
right.
this. Read from yellow again and read that better.
This is chapter 4, White Capital and Colored Labor, verse page 31. He deliberately included women in their number, explaining that the Portuguese had been unsuccessful in similar efforts with Negroes in Guinea because they have taken males only, but that the Indians, having their women with them, would be inclined to perform what they were required to do, whilst the women would also teach the Spaniards their language.
So as you can see, this is Columbus he's basically plotting on taking the Indians into slavery. So instead of, because like when he said in comparison to Guinea, dealing with the so-called blacks, they were only taking the males into captivity. But when it came to the so-called Indians, he said a better strategy for it would be to take their women and their children with them to make them basically follow suit more and basically not rebel. So watch this, keep reading.
As the years went by, Columbus more and more adopted the view that the real riches of the West Indies lay in their Indian population. He saw in the cannibalism of the Caribs a pretext for their enslavement. He described them as a wild people, fit for any work, well proportioned and very intelligent, and who, when they got rid of their cruel habits to which they had been accustomed, will be better than any other kind of slave, on his third voyage in 1498.
What, you got something to say?
So they're saying that so the strategy didn't work for African Americans, right? That's what they're saying. Like the strategy didn't work, so they're grabbing the Native Americans and they're making they're taking all the people so they could follow, right?
Yeah, pretty much. And you notice you notice that he's labeling them, saying that they are fit for slavery.
Yeah.
See, they didn't teach. I don't know if they taught you. I don't think they taught you that in school. Did they teach you that Indians went into slavery? So-called Indians went into slavery?
No.
Did they teach you that so-called Mexicans went into slavery?
No.
This is a book that's proving that right now. So when we go back to the Bible, we're going to show you that curse, it fits you as well, just like the so-called black man. Now read on from where you were.
He shipped 600 Indians back to Spain.
He shipped 600 Indians back to Spain. Shipped, meaning they were on ships. So Indians went into slavery as well.
Bring it out.
Read that part again.
He shipped 600 Indians back to Spain. The slave trade in the Caribbean thus began as outward.
Okay, so now I need you. So go back to the Bible. What you do? Go back to Deuteronomy 28 and 68. So that right there proves you that all these pictures that you see are not a lie, and it proves to you that the Bible is not a lie. Your people, our people, all of us, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, went into slavery on slave ships. We might not have been. We were shipped all over. But we just read in this book, From Columbus to Castro, that the Indians, 600, he was shipping 600 Indians in a slave ship over into Europe to be slaves. Okay? So read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Okay, so we already went over Egypt means bondage. Did we go over that with you? Go to you know where I need you to go. Exodus 20 and verse 2. So, because at the end of the day, if you know anything about the Bible, the children of Israel went into captivity in Egypt. That was one of the captivities. So when the Most High says that we were gonna go back into Egypt again with ships, it's talking about captivity again, but this time with ships. Right? So watch, read.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Bondage is another word for captivity. Captivity is another word for slavery. So go back. You got it? Read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again.
So where in the areas where the Most High was speaking to the children of Israel, he said we would see it no more. We would see it no more. Right? Read.
Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
So that's proof. We just proved that this curse fits the so-called Hispanics and Native Americans as well. Okay, they went into captivity just like the so-called black man did, right? Okay, so watch this. Let me get Jeremiah 50 and 33. Because when it came to, there was a split that took place, but we ain't gonna go into all that right now. But when it came to the northern kingdom, they were considered as Israel, and the southern kingdom of Israel was considered Judah. Okay, because there's 12 tribes. Okay, so the southern kingdom was considered Judah, and the northern kingdom is considered Israel. Watch this. Read.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together.
Read that again.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children...
The Hispanics and Native Americans... Read.
And the children of Judah,
the so-called blacks, read,
were oppressed together.
We were oppressed back then, and we are still oppressed together right now. Because when you walk up and down Central, all of the people that are living in poverty right now they're either going to be so-called blacks, Hispanics, or Native Americans. These are the things that were going to take place on God's people, the children of Israel. Now we're going to show you why, and we're going to go over a few more other things. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15. Read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Slavery
was a curse that was brought upon us for not keeping God's commandments. Do you know of any of God's commandments? There's way more than 10. But just do you know any of the commandments? Okay. So you're pretty much familiar with the 10 that were brought up. But all of these coincide with all of that right there that you just brought up, that you was bringing out. All of that goes in together with all of the commandments. I'm gonna show you a commandment that you probably didn't know that you were supposed to keep. And I'm gonna show you one that you're keeping that you didn't know that you were supposed to keep as well. Give me fringes. Because there's a certain dress code. See, the Most High gave us dietary laws. He gave us days that we're supposed to observe. He gave us a certain way that we're supposed to dress as men. He gave our women a way to dress. But now that I'm dealing with you as a man, I'm gonna show you one of the laws, the dress codes that the Most High commanded us to do. All right, read.
It's the book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel.
Speak unto the children of Israel, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. I got to drill that into your mind. Read.
And bid them that they make fringes in the borders of their garments.
You see these right here? These are fringes. Yes, sir. These are fringes. Okay. The Most High commanded us to wear that, to wear these on our clothes. Okay. Now I notice you don't have any, and it's because you didn't know, which is fine. But now you knowing that you are, now that you know that you're you are the children of Israel, and the Most High gave you a dress code, it would behoove you to start wearing your clothes the way the Most High commanded you. Mighty man of Issachar. All right, read.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 38.
Read.
Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations.
Throughout their generations, meaning we're supposed to do this, and we're supposed to do this as long as we generate, as long as we're reproducing children and having families. We are supposed to be putting this on our garments. So what you gonna do with your clothing from now on? What?
Cut it? No.
Fringes. No, you're gonna put fringes on it, right?
Wait, did you put fringes on that?
Yes, sir. If you look at each and every one of the brothers out here, each and every one of us have on fringes because God commanded us to do that. Now show him what he is keeping, the beard. Did you know that the Most High commanded men to wear a beard on their face? See, you've been to church though, right?
Yeah.
And a preacher man ain't never taught you that, right? That's a damn shame, right? But watch this. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you right now in the Bible. You got that? 19 and 27. Watch. I'm gonna show you that.
7.
And I'm gonna show you that as well. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna go with the little time that I have. I'm gonna show you some commandments. 19:27. Read.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 27. Ye shall not round the corners of your heads.
You're not supposed to shave your head. All the bald head stuff, the Most High don't like that. Read.
Neither shalt thou mar the corners of thy beard.
Neither shall you mar the corners of your beard. You're supposed to, as a man, you're supposed to wear a beard, and you're actually doing that. So keep your beard, get you some fringes, you know what I mean? And then observe the Sabbath. Watch this. Let's just go ahead and go to the basics. Exodus chapter 20 and verse 8. See, there's certain days that we're supposed to observe, and that day is coming. As soon as the sun goes down, that's going to begin the Sabbath day. And there are certain things that we are not supposed to do, and there are certain things that we are supposed to do on the Sabbath day, which would be, if tomorrow, what is tomorrow? Right, so that's the Lord's Sabbath day. We're supposed to observe that. Watch this.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day.
The Lord said, remember the Sabbath day, right? Don't forget about it. Don't ever forget the Sabbath day. Read.
To keep it holy.
To keep it holy. Watch this. He's going to show and explain to us how to keep it holy.
6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the 7th day is the Sabbath day of the Lord thy God.
So from Monday to Friday, you are to work. But on the Sabbath day, which is the 7th day, which is Saturday, you ain't supposed to work. Read.
In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter.
Anyone in your household is not to do any work on the Sabbath day. That's how you keep the Sabbath day holy. Nehemiah 10 and 31. That's how you keep the Sabbath day holy. So that means you're going. So we enlightening you. So now you need to keep your beard. Keep your beard. Put you some fringes on all of your clothing, and whoever else is in your house. Put some fringes on your clothing, and you need to practice the Sabbath. That means don't come out here and buy nothing. Right? Don't come out here and sell nothing. Don't come out here and buy nothing. You're supposed to rest and get off into God's word. Study his word. Right? And also congregate. Watch, read.
This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 10 and verse 31.
Read.
And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals to sell on the Sabbath day, that we would not buy it of them on the Sabbath.
See? It's saying that not to buy. And our people are not to buy or sell any type of victuals or any type of valuables on the Sabbath day. So those are just a few ways that we keep the Sabbath day. Let me get Leviticus 23. See, and also we're to come together as a people. All of us as true believers of the Most High God are to come together and congregate together and love and study and you know, just, you know, love on each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is what we're supposed to do on the Sabbath day. So what after out of all the laws that I taught you, what have you learned today? I want to make sure that you programming this stuff.
So what I've learned so far is that I learned about the cultures and like what the slaveries on them.
Okay.
And then I also learned to keep a beard and to throw on the fringes. And then I also learned
What day do you have to keep?
Saturday.
The Sabbath day, right?
Yeah.
And how do you keep that holy?
Don't work.
Don't work, and what else?
Spread love and positivity.
And don't sell, right?
Yeah, and don't sell. Yeah.
All right. All praises. All.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom. What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models.